Salvete discipuli. In this video, we will study in depth one particularly complex sentence from our last story. One of the last sentences of the story Lucius Marcius Memor is a particularly complex sentence that is worth further study. Okay, so you can't always just start translating from the beginning, but it's worth reading a sentence through completely, and in some cases you will be able to just go ahead and translate what is at the start. So if we read the whole thing, in termis multitudinem aegrotorum vehementer clamantium fabrorumque memorem absentem vituperantium invenit. Okay. In termis, the first two words mean in the baths. Okay, so we're going to translate that in termis, in the baths. Now, believe it or not, if we read through this whole sentence, we would have discovered that in fact the main verb, the only actual what we call finite verb, is at the end. And we're going to actually run and translate it in now. In the baths he found. Okay, perfect tense, invenit. Now, he found, we are going to have a direct object to that verb. And so, believe it or not, now we run all the way back to the front again. Multitudinem. He found a multitude. Now, you can also translate this as crowd. He found a multitude of what? Okay, look here. We have a genitive plural ending coming up. He found a multitude of sick people. Now, here's where this sentence is going to get very interesting, okay? This multitude of sick people are doing something, okay? There's going to be a present active participle describing the sick people as being in the act of shouting. Now, the thing is, because aegrotorum is genitive plural, the present active participle is also going to have to be genitive plural. Now, the is the normal ending of a third declension genitive plural, but notice there's an extra I here. This is not clamantum, this is clamantium, okay? There is this thing called an I-class third declension noun, okay? An I-class third declension noun, you don't just have the okay? So mater, mother, the genitive plural is matrum, okay? So that's a normal noun, okay? Genitive plural An I-class noun, or in this case, the present active participle is I-class, you add an extra I. The noun herbs is an example of this, okay? Herbs is city. Urbem is the accusative singular, but the genitive plural is urbium, I-U-M. Okay, so I'm adding in clamantium. He found a multitude of sick people loudly shouting. Vehementer is an adverb describing the manner with which they are shouting. Okay, now, this sentence isn't over yet, okay? He found a multitude of sick people loudly shouting. There's more in the multitude than just sick people, okay? Here's another genitive plural, fabrorum, and we have this que, which is going to mean and, okay? So he found a multitude of sick people loudly shouting and understood a multitude fabrorum, of craftsmen. Now, guess what? This noun, fabrorum, is going to once again have a present active participle describing what these craftsmen are currently in the act of doing, okay? And because fabrorum is genitive plural, vituperantium, and now you know what that extra I is. This is an I-class genitive plural. But what makes this one particularly interesting, check this out. The present active participle itself is going to have a direct object. Believe it or not, so fabrorum goes with vituperantium. When you have something like this, okay, you've got a noun being described by a present active participle, and the present active participle itself has an object, it's actually normal to put the direct object of the present active participle between the noun and the participle. Okay, so of craftsmen cursing, and who were they cursing? Memorem absentem. Okay, they were cursing absent Memor. Now what this means is they're cursing him because he's absent. Okay, they need his help. He's supposed to approve certain things, or they can't continue their work, and that's why they're cursing him. They're cursing absent Memor. You could even say, in a way, you could even say they're cursing Memor because he was absent. Okay, so we are going to further review this sentence by translating sentences that use a similar structure. Okay, so again, to review, the genitive plural of present active participles is IUM. Okay, the normal genitive plural of third declension is just um. Mater, mother, genitive singular of the mother, matrum of the mothers. But then again, now we've learned in this lesson what we call I stems. Okay, urbs, city, urbis is the genitive singular, but we add an extra I with these I stems. It's urbium of the cities. Now, third declension adjectives are also I stems. Okay, so res difficilis, a difficult thing. Okay, the genitive singular of both, rei difficilis, of a difficult thing. But if you have the genitive plural, you're going to again have an I stem genitive plural. Rerum difficilium, of difficult things. The ablative singular of a third declension is normally an E. So you have mater, mother, cum matre, with the mother. Okay, but be aware, this is weird. The ablative singular of I stem third declension participles and adjectives is a long I. Okay, so mater difficilis, a difficult mother. Cum matre difficili, okay, with the difficult mother. Cum patre, with the father, but if we add the present active participle, cum patre currenti, with the running father. So again, these are ablative endings.